Welcome back, basketball fans, to another massive emergency edition of the show. If you are a fan of the Los Angeles Lakers, if you are a fan of the Golden State Warriors, or if you just follow the absolute chaos that is the NBA offseason, you're going to want to sit down, turn the volume all the way up, and listen to every single word of this breakdown. We have breaking news, we have contract specifics that are going to blow your mind, and we have a deep dive into the salary cap mechanics that are literally shifting the balance of power in the Western Conference as we speak. I am telling you right now, what we are seeing unfold in Los Angeles is nothing short of a masterclass in front office maneuvering, and what we are hearing out of the Bay Area is a classic case of smoke and mirrors. Let me give you the headline right out of the gate, so you understand the magnitude of what we are dealing with today. Austin Reaves, the undrafted kid from Arkansas, the player who had to fight for a two-way contract, the guy who scratched and clawed his way into the Lakers' rotation and eventually into the hearts of every fan in purple and gold, has just put pen to paper. He has signed a historic, unprecedented 4-year, $185 million maximum contract to remain with the Los Angeles Lakers. Let that number sink in. $185 million. It is officially the richest contract ever handed out to an undrafted player in the history of the National Basketball Association. It locks down a cornerstone of the Lakers franchise. But here's the absolute kicker, the detail that has the rest of the league absolutely terrified, and the reason we are doing this deep dive today. Austin Reaves is absolutely certain, and the cap experts have confirmed, that despite this massive $185 million payday, the Los Angeles Lakers still have roughly $50 million in available cap space left to spend this offseason. You heard me correctly. $50 million. How is this possible? How does a team hand out a near $200 million deal and still walk into free agency with a war chest that size? We're going to break down the exact loophole, the cap hole mechanism, and the sequence of operations that Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office are using to exploit the collective bargaining agreement to absolute perfection. They are setting themselves up to build an absolute juggernaut around Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic. Yes, in case you somehow missed the earth-shattering trade deadline last season, Luka Doncic is a Los Angeles Laker, and the front office is now operating with a $50 million checkbook to find the right defensive anchors and rotational pieces to surround the most lethal offensive backcourt in the modern NBA. We are going to talk about who they are targeting, why defense is the number one priority, and what this means for LeBron James and his potential return to the squad for the 2026-2027 season. But that is only half the story today. While the Lakers are operating with surgical precision and transparent brilliance, the situation up north of the Golden State Warriors is an absolute circus of misinformation. The rumors swirling around Golden State right now are completely bogus. We are seeing fake trades, we are seeing fabricated narratives, and we are seeing a level of panic in the rumor mill that just does not align with reality. Whether it is a ridiculous chatter about them trading the number 11 pick in the upcoming draft for unrealistic returns, or the insane speculation about Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry's reactions to the Luka Doncic trade last season, the noise coming out of the Bay is deafening and, frankly, it is mostly fiction. We are going to sift through the garbage. We are going to separate the facts from the fiction. We will look at why the Warriors' trade rumors are bogus, what their actual strategy is heading into the draft, and how they are desperately trying to find a way to keep their championship window propped open in a Western Conference that just saw the Lakers reload in terrifying fashion. This is not just another news update. This is the blueprint for the entire NBA offseason. The decisions being made right now in Los Angeles and the smoke screens being deployed in Golden State are going to dictate who hoists the Larry O'Brien Trophy next June. We're going deep into the numbers, deep into the roster construction, and deep into the psychology of these two rival franchises. Get ready, because the landscape of the NBA is shifting under our feet, and you are about to get the most comprehensive, detailed, and unfiltered analysis available anywhere. Let's get into the deep dive. Let's start by unpacking the absolute masterpiece of financial engineering that the Los Angeles Lakers have just pulled off. To truly appreciate what is happening here, you have to understand the journey of Austin Reaves and the specific rules of the NBA salary cap. Austin Reaves came into this league with zero fanfare. Undrafted in 2021, he signed a two-way deal. He had to prove he even belonged on an NBA court. Over the last 5 seasons, He has transformed from a fringe roster guy into an indispensable star. Last season, he averaged a career-best 23.3 points, for 0.7 rebounds, and 5.5 assists per game on 49% shooting. He became the perfect complementary scorer and playmaker next to Luka Doncic. When it came time for his contract, the Lakers knew they had a massive problem looming. Reaves declined his $14.9 million player option for the upcoming season. As expected, he was slated to hit unrestricted free agency. The Detroit Pistons were reportedly waiting in the wings, clearing cap space, ready to offer him a massive deal and force the Lakers into a bidding war. The Lakers could not let that happen. They could not risk losing the homegrown talent that had become the emotional and tactical glue of their perimeter. So they moved quickly. They negotiated during an exclusive window and locked him down for 4 years, $185 million. He gets his generational wealth. He gets the security, and he gets to stay in Los Angeles. But here is where the brilliance of Rob Pelinka shines. To the casual observer, you see a $185 million contract, and you assume the Lakers' cap space is gone. You assume their offseason is essentially over before it even begins, and that they will have to rely on veteran minimums and exceptions to fill out the roster. That assumption is dead wrong. According to the intricate rules of the NBA's salary cap, an agreement is not the same as a signed contract. Until the ink is officially dry on that new deal, Austin Reaves only counts against the Lakers' salary cap as a cap hold because of his previous contract status. That cap hold is roughly $21 million. Think about that. His new first-year salary is going to be $41.3 million. But right now, at this exact moment, the NBA only charges the Lakers $21 million against their cap for Austin Reaves. That is a difference of over $20 million in artificial, temporary cap room. By keeping Austin Reaves as a cap hold and delaying the official signing of his new contract until the absolute last possible second, the Los Angeles Lakers project to have roughly $50 million in pure cap space when free agency opens. $50 million. They can go out into market, negotiate with free agents, absorb contracts and trades, and spend right up to the salary cap limit using that $50 million. Only after they have exhausted every single penny of that space will they formally execute the Austin Reaves contract. They have his bird rights, which means they are legally allowed to exceed the salary cap to sign their own player. So they spend the $50 million. They hit the cap ceiling, and then they sign Reaves to his $41 million first-year salary, vaulting themselves well over the cap, but completely within the rules. It is a sequence of operations that requires trust between the player and the front office, and Austin Reaves has given the Lakers the ultimate gift by agreeing to this timeline. He is sure they have the $50 million, and he knows they're going to use it to build a winner. So, what are they going to do with that $50 million? If you listen to ESPN insiders like Brian Windhorst, the blueprint is crystal clear. The Lakers are prioritizing defense. They have to. When you have a backcourt of Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves, you have an offense that is virtually unguardable. You have two elite playmakers, two guys who can shoot from anywhere, and two high IQ basketball minds who can dissect any defensive scheme. But let's be brutally honest. Neither of them is going to lock down an opposing guard on the perimeter. Neither of them is going to provide rim protection. If you put those two on the floor together without elite defensive insulation, you're going to score 130 points, and you're going to give up 135. The Lakers learned this the hard way last season. They struggled immensely with point-of-attack defense and paint protection. That $50 million is earmarked for size, length, and defensive tenacity. They need a true rim protector, a center who can anchor the paint, swallow up rebounds, and allow Anthony Davis, if he remains healthy and engaged, to roam and play the four, or completely anchor the defense when AD is resting. They need 3-and-D wings. They need guys who can hound the opposing team's best perimeter player for 40 minutes a night, so that Luka and Reaves can conserve their energy for the offensive end. The names being floated around are guys who fit that exact mold. The Lakers are not looking for more offensive superstars. They have the firepower. They are looking for the gritty, physical, defensive-minded enforcers who can do the dirty work. And then there's the massive, looming question of LeBron James. LeBron's representatives have had preliminary discussions with the Lakers about a potential return for the 2026-2027 season. This is the wild card. As Windhorse pointed out, the Lakers can spend whatever they want on Austin Reaves because they have his bird rights. But whatever they spend on LeBron James comes directly out of that $50 million cap space. If LeBron wants a massive contract, that cap space evaporates, and the ability to build that defensive infrastructure around Luka and Reaves disappears with it. If LeBron is willing to take a significant pay cut to chase one final championship with this loaded roster, the Lakers can have their cake and eat it too. The entire NBA is waiting to see what LeBron decides, because his financial demands will dictate the entire free agency strategy of the Los Angeles Lakers. But regardless of LeBron's decision, the fact remains, thanks to the cap hold loophole, Austin Reaves is getting his bag, and the Lakers are going shopping with $50 million in their pocket. Now, let us cross the state of California and head up to Bay Area. If the Lakers are operating with clarity and purpose, the Golden State Warriors are shrouded in confusion, misdirection, and flat-out bogus trade rumors. I am telling you, half the stuff you are reading about the Warriors right now is completely manufactured. Let us start with the draft. The Warriors hold the number 11 overall pick in this year's draft. The rumors have been flying that they are desperate to trade down, that they want to swap the 11th pick with the Charlotte Hornets for the 14th and 18th picks, or that they are trying to package the pick for future assets. The narrative being spun is that the Warriors are panicking, that they do not like the prospect at 11, and that they are frantically trying to stockpile picks for some mythical future trade. It is bogus. Do not believe the noise. The reality is that the Warriors are in a transitional phase, and they absolutely need an immediate contributor. They are looking at NBA-ready players. The names you should actually be paying attention to are guys like Braden Burries and Yaxel Lendeborg. Burries is a young, dynamic prospect with massive upside who could step in and provide immediate energy. Lendeborg is a polished player who might slide in the draft, and if he is there at 11, the Warriors would be foolish to pass on him. The idea that Golden State is just going to punt on a lottery pick in a year where Stephen Curry is another year older is ridiculous. Yes, they might entertain trade-down scenarios if they get overwhelmed with value, but the constant barrage of fake trades dominating the news cycle is just a smokescreen. The front office knows they need to hit on this pick. They need youth, they need athleticism, and they need it right now. But the bogus nature of the Warriors situation goes far beyond the draft. It permeates their entire organizational culture right now. Just look back at how they reacted to the Lakers acquiring Luka Doncic last season. A video surfaced recently showing the exact moment the Warriors' front office and players found out about the trade. Kirk Lacob, the vice president of basketball operations, literally said, "That's not real. Is this fake? Are you sure? No way that's real." Stephen Curry was in shock. Draymond Green was pacing around repeating, "What?" Even Jimmy Butler, who is now on the Warriors, went on a podcast and said he thought the report was from a parody account. He thought it was but crack sports, putting out false information. He said he thought Mark Cuban had been hacked. Think about the psychology of that. The Golden State Warriors, the team that defined a dynasty, the team that has always been light years ahead of the competition, was completely blindsided and utterly in denial about a move their biggest rival made. They thought a legitimate, league-altering blockbuster trade was bogus because they simply could not fathom the Lakers pulling it off. This culture of disbelief, this underlying panic, is fueling the absurd rumor mill right now. The media senses that the Warriors are vulnerable, that they are aging, and that their championship window is rapidly closing. So they throw every single fake trade idea against the wall to see what sticks. You see rumors of them going all in for Kawhi Leonard. You see rumors of them blowing up the core. You see mock trades that have them giving up multiple future first-round picks for marginal upgrades. It is all noise. The GSW is bogus on trade right now because there is no magic bullet trade out there that suddenly makes them the favorites over a Lakers team featuring Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves with $50 million to spend. The Warriors front office is smart enough to know that making a panic trade, a bogus all-in move based on desperation, will only mortgage their future without guaranteeing a ring in the present. They are stuck in a mud of their own legacy, surrounded by fake narratives, while the team down south is executing a flawless offseason strategy. The contrast is staggering. You have the Lakers executing a highly technical, perfectly timed financial maneuver to retain a star and preserve maximum flexibility. You have Austin Reaves confidently securing his future while knowing his team has the resources to build a fortress around him. And on the other side, you have the Golden State Warriors, a team that spent half of last season thinking Real news was fake and is now spending this offseason drowning in a sea of bogus trade rumors while trying to figure out what to do with the 11th pick. The shifting power dynamic in California is a defining story of this summer, and the gap between these two front offices right now looks wider than it ever has. As we wrap up this extensive deep dive, I want to leave you with a clear picture of exactly what is at stake over the next few weeks. The NBA offseason is a game of chess, but right now, it feels like the Los Angeles Lakers are playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Austin Reaves securing that $185 million bag is a monumental moment for his career, a testament to hard work and undeniable talent. But the real victory, the thing that will be talked about in front office meetings for years to come, is the $50 million phantom cap space they have managed to preserve. We are going to be watching the Lakers' every move with a microscope. The clock is ticking. Free agency is about to open, and Rob Pelinka is walking into the room with a blank check and a very specific shopping list. The decisions they make regarding that $50 million will determine if the Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves era results in multiple championships, or if it simply results in high scoring, entertaining regular season games followed by early playoff exits due to a lack of defense. They hold the keys to the offseason, and the entire league is waiting to see if LeBron James is going to demand his share of that pie, or if he's going to let them build the ultimate defensive supporting cast. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors need to shut out the noise. They need to ignore the bogus trade rumors. They need to stop reacting with disbelief to the moves their rivals are making, and they need to focus on drafting correctly and developing their young talent. The era of them dominating the headlines with effortless brilliance is over. They are now in a dogfight, and they cannot afford to be distracted by the fake narratives swirling around them. This has been a massive breakdown, but the reality is, the story is just beginning. The dominoes are going to start falling very soon, when that $50 million starts getting spent. And when the draft picks are finally announced, we will know exactly how the balance of power in the NBA has truly shifted. Make sure you stay locked in, because we will be here to analyze every signing, every trade, and every single bogus rumor that hits the wire. Until next time, keep your eyes on the cap sheets, and remember, in the NBA, the game off the court is often just as intense as the game on it. Have a great day, and we will see you on the next one.